And here's the award I won, the Rocky Award for Best Microscale Mock. Philly Brickfest. Looks really nice.
Tuesday morning. I'm supposed to go to work for 7 o'clock, but right now it's 7:11. Eek! But the good thing is I am into symmetry for the next few weeks more, so the only things waiting for me are my plans and not patience. I can always just extend my time at work. Yay, working in front of a computer. And these guys... Wait, I'm missing one. I'm missing Mason. Yep, that's right. He slept over at my mom's house. They get to bond. It's fun with Wawa.
So this is what we won at Philly Brickfest from playing all the games. We'll do a proper haul on the Brick Zapper channel. But over here, from the closing ceremony raffle, we got the Palace Cinema, Family Feud, Ewok Village, Firewalk, Parisian Restaurant. Also at the closing ceremony, Tristan won Santa's Workshop. From Maria's Firewalk, she did a firewalk as well. She jumped out early, but she was able to snag Razor's Chi Raider, Chima, plus 4 poly bags. I think 2 friends and 2 Duplo. And then from the race car derby, Mason won this Lego movie set for winning his heat. And then I won this for winning my heat. I lost out to Bricks for Chris in the finals of our competition of all the heats for the derby by 0.001 seconds. So he won this Galaxy Squad set on top of that. But this is what we got. Cool sets. 2 modulars, 1 UCS, Winter Village set, Chima, and Lego Movie.
So it's technically my lunch period, but I am actually going home sick. I think we may have brought something home from our trip. I haven't been well at all morning. I don't know, I usually eat and I haven't been wanting to eat, and I've been sipping peppermint tea all morning long, and now they actually just called me from the boys' school that Tristan is has a lot of tummy pain issues and he's in the office. So I'm gonna go grab him and hopefully we can sterilize ourselves from this bug, whatever it is. But I'm trying to figure out what we can eat. Like, I need to figure out what to make for broths. Ugh, it's always the brat diet: bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast, or toast. So I gotta make sure I have those items with me.
This is the shirt we got for building something. If you brought a mock, you get this Brick Builders Boulevard shirt for Philly Brickfest 2015. And this is the badge. So with this badge, we were able to just walk in and out, not having to wait in any lines, and just walk in and out of the event. Here is the manual. So inside, we got photo page. So I guess this is from last year. Bunch of photos from last year. This is the schedule. So let's see here. Thursday, we had the first one was the fastest car contest. Then Time Cruisers, which is a board game. Horizontal building challenge. So I showed this in, I guess, the first video, where the competitors had to make a tower on just the wall, and the person whose tower was the longest won without it falling over. Is it Lego? We weren't here for this one, but I think it was a trivia question answer. I think it was like a quiz, and then the person with the highest score won. Firewalk, this is what I did, where I had to walk on the big pit. Clutch said had 10,000 2x4 red bricks. And so whoever stayed in there the longest won. And then Team Speed Build. This one here was for the Mini Cooper. And then there were teams of 4. I think 4 teams altogether. And the team that built their Mini Cooper first won. And then the winning prize was each person on the team got to keep a Mini Cooper, which is a nice big. Over here, Collabo-Mock. Collabo-Mock, I don't think we did Collabo-Mock, but we did combo build. And what that was there are all these bags, numbered bags, on the table, and you had to choose 3 of them, open them up, and then build something. And then everyone who was competing got to vote on which build was the best. But the good thing about this, I didn't even know until afterwards, was that we could keep all the parts in the bags that we built with. So you can keep a bunch of parts. Then we had opening ceremony. I filmed this as well. And this is where Stacko Zuno, Stacko Zuno, which was the Mad Stacker, was dressed up in that sumo wrestling outfit. And then we had the useless part contest. I didn't participate in this. And what it was they had a whole bunch of useless parts. So what it was a hinge piece, but only one part of the hinge. So the other hinge was missing. And people were making a whole bunch of things. One person made like a DNA kind of looking thing. And I took some footage of it. Coolest car contest, we didn't do that. Polymocks, this was nice. So there were about maybe 8 different poly bags, and then you got to choose 2 poly bags and build whatever you want. Same kind of concept as combo build. Everyone had to vote on which was the best, and you got to keep the poly bags that you were playing with. So that was Thursday. And
so a little technique that it wasn't really a technique, it was kind of like a strategy I had for both combo mocks and poly mocks, was getting all of the same bag. That way, even if you don't win, you have a lot of duplicate parts that you might want. So I was choosing bags that had a lot of tiles in them, that had a lot of pieces that I could use in my micro city. So studs, trend studs, different colors that I liked, and then you just got multiple pieces of those pieces. And I'll show you later on all the pieces that I collected from Philly Brickfest from all these games, which was a lot of pieces.
And then we have Friday, which, just like over here, we have the fastest car contest. Oh, so the fastest car contest, it's like a 4-lane ramp that goes downward, and with a timer at the end. And so each person had to make a car that had a weighted wheels, or a plate with wheels, to make it zoom down the track. And then the person whose car was the fastest won their heat. Then they picked the top winners from all the heat to race in the finals, and then that's the biggest prize. So when I did it, I won my heat, and I got that Lego movie set. Mason also won his heat, and Bricks for Chris won his heat. So in the finals, it was me against Bricks for Chris, and he just beat me out by 0.001 second, which is amazing. They couldn't even believe that was so close. Next here, another Lego Firewalk. So this is the one that Maria participated in, and she didn't last the whole time. She jumped out at the end. So the winning prize of this one was the pet shop. Oh, and the winning prize of, where is it? The Firewalk for here was the Parisian restaurant. And so that's what I got. But people were jumping out early. Bricks for Chris was in second, and same with Beatrice Bricks. And they jumped out for the Sam with Camel airplane. But they were tempting us with Hogwarts Castle, with a bunch of Chima, with a bunch of Ninjago. So people were jumping out earlier. Time Cruisers again, which is a board game, horizontal building challenge. They didn't do this one the second time. Because if they did, I would have tried to play it. Because I didn't play the first one because we got there a bit late. Actually, I participated in this one because they moved it over here and they put Is It Lego down over here. Apparently the pieces or the parts for the fastest car didn't arrive yet, so they had to switch things around. So I missed Is It Lego, I missed Time Cruisers, I missed Horizontal Building Challenge. Over here, Brick Wars. I didn't really understand Brick Wars. It's some sort of Dungeons and Dragon sort of army. I don't know. I didn't get it. Use this part. That was another one. I didn't participate in that. And then another speed build, which I'm not sure if they did that or not. I know they did a speed build on the Saturday, which was the WV camper van. Oh, and here is the family feud. So we did this one against Bubba Bricks and Kelly and her family. Bubba Bricks, Kelly, Cat Lady Bricks, which is Kelly's mom, and Declan, which is their little 5-year-old, versus Tristan, the 10-year-old, or my 10-year-old, Mason, who is 5, Maria, and myself. And we won, and so we got the Ewok village for that. But that was really fun. It was funny. A lot of the answers that were given, I guess whoever was behind the wall pressing the button or the ding ding was pretty lenient or just trying to be funny. What else do we have here? Friday unveiling. I forget what that was. And then another Polymox. Oh, the yard sale. So at the yard sale, all the different vendors or even mock makers had their things that they want to sell. So Extreme Bricks brought a bunch of things. I think he brought some Hogwarts sets. I think he brought the Black Pearl, but nobody bought that. I don't think so. I think I still saw it later on. And Martin, TMX, brought a bunch of minifigures. Not sure how he did. But what I got, I didn't sell anything. I bought the Robot DJ. And I'll show you guys later, maybe in one of the haul videos. The Robot DJ Polybag, which didn't really come out in Canada. And I know Ficken Bricks picked up Pajama Emmett and TC4 or TC14. Not the shiny one, but the dark reddish one. And then after that, 9 o'clock, we did bowling. Bowling for bricks. This was fun. This was at the bowling alley. Tristan came with me. However, he was kind of nervous because he thought he was the youngest one there. But then we saw Minifig and we saw Steven from the Brick Show's kids were there too.
So the concept for bowling for bricks was that we had teams of 6. So there were maybe, I'm not sure, like 6 or 8 teams of 6. And what we had to do was, well, the first member would have to bowl their two balls and then run over to the table and start building a set. And then the next person would do the same thing, and then when they would get to the set, they would tag the person out and then keep building. And so that's what we would do. Our strategy, well, I guess it wasn't that great because we didn't win, was that one person would organize the parts, get tagged out, the person behind would start building, get tagged out, next person would organize the parts, and so on and so forth. Our main thing that was the cause of our demise was we kept on dropping pieces on the floor. And so we were like, oh, where's the door? Where's the window? And then we were searching the floor, killing a lot of time. So that was our downfall. We didn't win. But again, we got to keep all the parts. And I left early with Tristan because they did a round 2 where, well, the set that we were building was Santa's Workshop. It was a Winter Village set. But Tristan and I left after that set because it was getting late. It was about 11:30 and he was getting tired. So we headed out, and I think the second set was 6 Galaxy Squad mini boxes. The smaller builds. So they had to build that 6 times. And again, a lot of pieces that they could have parted out for that. But since we left early, we weren't able to participate in splitting out Santa's Workshop. So Martin, TMX, yesterday, he brought, well, the pieces that he was supposed to get and what I was supposed to get. And we just did a parts draft, which was the first time I did a parts draft. And what a parts draft is basically, it's like, think about maybe like a draft for the NBA or the draft for the NHL where teams would go in order and pick players. So in a parts draft, all the parts are organized on the table, and Martin and I would go back and forth choosing what pieces we wanted. So right off the back, my number 1 draft choice were the elf hats with the ears, because I'm kind of making that elf army for my Santa's Workshop. And so he's like, yeah, go for it. So I got the elf hats, I got the little elf legs, torsos. I think he was getting the plates, he was getting some modified bricks. He was getting pieces for his city, the road. So he needed a lot of those modified. I was actually looking for smaller pieces for my micro builds because I do want to continue making the micro build city that I brought to Philly Brick Fest for my mock. Make it even bigger, just extend it. I'm still trying to figure out what else I can add to it. Maybe, I don't know, an airport, just maybe more buildings in the downtown area, maybe taller buildings. We'll see how it materializes.
So next on the schedule here is Saturday. Oh, something I didn't tell you about. On Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, at the very beginning, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 a.m., when the hall opens, there's always a raffle. And they raffle out 5 different tickets, starting from smallest to biggest. So the 5th ticket that is drawn is the biggest, and it was a Grand Emporium modular set for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'll tell you later on what Sunday happened, but that was pretty cool. But we didn't win any of the raffles in the morning. And then Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., that's when the public came in. And that's the actual, I guess, the real deal. Something like Brick Festival.
And so when the public came in, that was cool because we had all our mocks set up and they were just looking at them and saying, wow, that's cool. So a lot of the kids were loving the Ducky Momo, which wasn't really supposed to be Ducky Momo. The big duck I brought was supposed to be from the Lego movie. That's what the intention was, because downstairs at home, you guys have probably seen, the big duck is with my Cloud Cuckoo Land setup. And then I made the little mini ducks, and so we just called it the Duck Family for the mock. But people were going, Ducky Momo, Ducky Momo. So okay, that's Ducky Momo. I just went with it. And then they also liked the little Star Wars mocks that we brought. They thought that was cool that little Han Solo was throwing balls at Chewbacca. And then the girls would say, wow, look, Darth Vader's getting married to Queen Amidala. And so they liked that. They liked all the micro builds too. And they love Big T's setup. So the kids would come and say, look, it's Batman. Look, it's, what was it? The Hulk. Look, it's that little guy. Who's that little guy? I can't remember. With the skull. And of course, with all our other Tube Lug members, the public was loving it too. The hugest crowd was around Bricks for Chris's city, which is awesome. It's the biggest exhibit in our Tube Lug layout. And so there were tons of people, lots of people hovering around Chris, asking him questions. And then beside me was Extreme Bricks, and they were loving his display as well. He brought in a Star Wars mock, which we were surprised was the only Star Wars mock at the convention. Extreme Bricks was telling me that at Brick Fair Virginia, Brick Fair Alabama, there's usually tons of Star Wars mocks, tons of Army mocks. But here, his was the only one. Unfortunately, there wasn't an award for Best Star Wars mock because he would have won by default. But a lot of people were hovering around. Apparently, some were even trying to grab one of his tanks. Actually, there was supposed to be a fence, or there was a fence in front of all our mocks. But it kept getting closer and closer. And so we just had to keep adjusting the fence just to make sure that these kids aren't toppling over, grabbing the mocks, which would be unfortunate.
So public hours on Saturday went from 9 to 1. Then there was a little break where I guess the staff would have to break apart all the builds in the red pit, in the horizontal wall, in the mosaics. And then the public they re-entered at 3. And when we came back, I came back maybe around 4:30. It was packed. It was even busier than it was in the morning. I thought that it would be less people in the afternoon, but more people came in the afternoon. But then, finally, people were clearing out 7 p.m. and then we got to play more games. And so we just played, there were 2 games going on. One was a speed build and one was a combo build. I decided to do the combo build just because I thought that I would be guaranteed pieces, where if I was to do the speed build and lost, then I would have gotten...
However, that was a bad decision because apparently the speed build, all the losers in the speed build got big sets. So there were sets like the family house, the creator family house. There was the DeLorean. There were a bunch of Minecraft sets. There was Ninjago. There was there's a big trolley of all these sets. Because after our combo mock, we wanted to check out how the speed build was going, which was the camper van. And then we were like, oh, what are those sets for? Oh, those are for the losers. So we, made the wrong decision. And I was supposed to be on Extreme Bricks and Ocean Brick Fire's team because they asked me earlier, do you want to be in our speed building team? And I said yes, but then when I heard they were at the same time as the combo build, I just decided to go to the combo build. And lo and behold, Ocean Brick Fire and Extreme Bricks won their speed build. They beat out all the lugs like the Steel City lug, Pen lug, which were dominating all the speed builds before, but they pulled it off, which was very cool.
And then around 9 o'clock, that's when the train wreck started. The Saturday Night Train Wreck, which is the live stream over YouTube with Big B Bricks, Brickstacker was there, Bricksmith and Mrs. Bricksmith, Mike from Free Brick Friends was there, and I think Tiffany too, Modern Brick, the wife of Martin, TMX. So there was a live stream, and they had it on the big Jumbotron.
The big Jumbotron on the screen. And it was cool because we were all dressed up as our sig figs. So Bricks for Chris was wearing his black suit, but with jeans. But it was still the black suit, white shirt, black tie. Kelly was wearing her pink shirt with the space logo on it. Cookies Bricks was wearing his scrubs with a hat. Clutch was wearing a black shirt with that skull that he said Dan Solo Galleries drew up for him. Brick Revolution wore his shirt and goggles that he wears in his, that his sig fig wears. And so it was cool. We were all there in front of the big screen on the live stream at the same time. And then we did tours. So I helped out with one of the tours of the tube lug layout. And so Clutch had the camera and both of us were going. And I showed out my mock. And then all the other tube lug members started coming in because I think they were watching it from the bar area where everyone was drinking. And so Extreme Bricks came in first, and then Ficken Bricks came in, and then Bubba Bricks came in, and they all went on the live stream showing off what we were making. I stayed at the live stream / Philly Brick Fest until around, I guess I went home around 11:30. I hitched a ride with Ficken Bricks just because I didn't know if everyone else was drinking, how would I be able to get home. However, when I got home, Maria was there and she was still up and she was actually watching the live stream on the computer. And so we watched for a while, but then after a while, the computer was just kind of left to the side. So the people on the live stream weren't sure if the battery was on or if it was plugged in. So Maria said, okay, I'll save the day. So she decided to drive back to the convention center and help out. So that's what she did. And I was just watching from the hotel room, and she was buzzing around like a zappy little bumblebee with the computer, giving her own tour. And it was pretty entertaining. I think I was laughing quite a bit. And I think at 2 a.m. is when it closed. And they kicked everyone out. And that was the end of Saturday.
And then we have Sunday, the last day. And so we started off with the raffle again, this time at 9 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. Just to give those people who were at the Red Brick District some extra sleeping time. But who wins the Grand Emporium? Who else but Bricks for Chris. And he's the big winner. He won another Grand Emporium. So to add to his Grand Emporium fleet. And he was saying he might even make it bigger now. And then after Bricks for Chris won, Clutch said, okay, there's going to be a mystery prize. One more. So a 6th prize. So they picked one more out. And they brought in a blue bin. And who wins this one? Who else but Bricks for Chris's wife, Mrs. Bricks for Chris. It was pretty funny how they just won it back to back.
And they let the public in again. And it was more of the same thing. More people walking around, looking at the mock, saying, cool, cool. And us feeling good about it. And then, there was also a lot of these Star Wars things moving around. There was a little R2-D2, a black astromech droid. There were a bunch of Mandalorian guys, stormtroopers. The day before, Darth Vader was there. I think Princess Leia as well. So that was cool. A lot of people were posing around them.
And then the closing ceremonies with more raffles. They were raffling off big items now. The first big one was Santa's workshop. So Tristan was actually able to get that. But they also had the Winter Village Market with that Ferris wheel. They were raffling off different modulars. So I actually got another one. I got the Palace Cinema. I talked about it earlier. But they also were raffling off Grand Emporium, some more Grand Emporiums. There was, I'm trying to remember now. Well, the biggest one was the very last one, and it was the Tower Bridge, and yeah, a lot of pieces there.
The last thing that happened was at the end of the closing ceremony, Chad came out. Chad from YCF, who is the organizer, the guy who runs this whole Philly Brick Fest. He came out with all these small golf tees. He was handing them out, and what we had to do was, well, at the back of behind the stage was this huge balloon origami minifigure. Huge! And all the kids had the little golf pegs, and we were popping it all the way down, which was symbolic for the end of Philly Brick Fest.
Oh, wait, back to the book. So on the next page, we have the Philly Fanatic instruction. So inside our little pack was a little mini build of this guy, which is the Philadelphia Phillies mascot. I think they were saying Carter Baldwin, who was one of the team members of the Brickfest Live team, was the guy who designed this, and he designed 99% of it. Classy Bricks, aka Dan, built the tongue. Next page, we have some vendors that were there. So these are all the vendors. You can just take a look instead of me naming them all. And then we have some sponsors. Those are all the sponsors. And on the back, I'm just going to zoom out like this, are all the attendees. Don't know if they want to be known that they were there. But all the attendees. And then here is the setup of the place. So over here is where all the interaction happened. This was where the horizontal build, which the build wall. Over here actually was where the red pit was. There's no sign for it. Mini golf is here. Junior Lego, so a lot of Duplo was here. And then we had video games. Then you exit through here, and this is where all the Lego mocks are. And this little strip here, that's where Tube Lug was. Tube Lug was here. Pen Lug was here. Steel City Lug was here. I think Colonial Bricks was here, or Colonial Lug. And then if you walk this way, this is where the stage was. Balloons, so that's where we were popping that big origami balloon. The Family Feud happened at the stage. Same with the Trainwreck live stream. Same with all the raffles. Opening and closing ceremonies, all at the stage. Merchandise was here. Brick Show was on this side of the merchandise. Build City, so this is where, I think it was called Friendshipopolis, which was this big, cool looking city that Carter Baldwin built. And all the kids that came to the actual event got to build things and put them in the city. This is where the Lego Derby was, which was racing down the cars. Lego Creations, this is where we built the cars. Also, this is where the useless parts were. Then we had a mosaic wall over here. I built a brick adjuster mosaic, but then it was taken down before the first day. We had a reading center over here, and then more merchandise, so where people bought stuff. Great setup. I heard last year they didn't have this part. It was only here, so it was more crammed. And Chad was saying that they might even extend further. Oh, there was also a glow zone too. The glow zone was, I think, here in this box, which was if you have trans green or trans orange, you build something and it glows in the dark under that black light. So that's the setup, and then that's Philly Brick Fest 2015.
So Nick's having a super busy day at work today, and he just got home quickly to nap. And I guess grab lunch, but it's already like almost 4 p.m. He's leaving in another 30 minutes, so he's home currently with Tristan while I quickly scrambled to the grocery store to pick up some groceries. And earlier this morning too, Hayden pulled one of our lamps that we use when we are doing our videos for our YouTube videos and our hauls and stuff like that, so it broke. So hopefully I have enough time to also go to Walmart and grab another lamp or two so I can have my own lamp. It's technically not broken, but it is. Like the little twisty thingy-majiggy. So, yep, I have boy number 2 with me to keep me company. And, yeah, I'm still feeling a little off. I took a little nap. Maybe that's it. But, tummy-wise, I don't really want to eat anything, which is very unlikely.
So here are all the parts that we got for free at Philly Brick Fest from just playing in the games. Taking a closer look, we have a bunch of Technic here, gears, plates, modified plates. We have the snot bricks, the lampposts, or headlights, I mean. These are good for the micro mocks. Windows, you can use them for windows, but they're chi-sloped trans clear. We got some trans blue, some trans studs, blue modified blue plates, some helmets, red Technic pins. We got some studs there, green, brown. Over here are all the minifigures got from the sets, just from playing the games. And we got some minifigure accessories, garbage cans, and a bunch of black, yellow, and even some Duplo. So, besides winning sets, if you don't win anything, you would come out with a lot of parts just for participating in the games. And here are a couple bricks we got for our badges. Red Brick District, if you participate in that. And everyone got a free Eclipse Graft badge brick. And here's my name tag for Philly Brick Fest. And on top of my name tag, I have the sig figs that these Lego YouTubers were kind enough to give me. So we have Matt Mox, TMX Brick Notes, aka Martin, Yankee Brick Picker, aka Rob, and we got Ocean Brickfire here. So, of course, I'm going to put these guys up on the Sig Fig Bridge. And here's the award I won, the Rocky Award for Best Microscale Mock. Philly Brick Fest. Looks really nice.
If you enjoyed our family vlog and you want to see more, click that like button and subscribe. Also leave a comment in the comment section. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to see yesterday's vlog of Hayden making a mess with his mango, the link is down below. See you guys next time.